Hello and welcome. Tonight, we're going somewhere you've been 1,000 times before, but never truly understood. A place more mysterious than the deepest ocean, more vast than outer space, more personal than your own heartbeat. We're going inside your mind, into the world of dreams. Get comfortable. Let your body relax, because what I'm about to tell you will change how you see your own sleep forever. Here's something incredible. You will spend approximately 6 years of your life dreaming. 6 full years. Not sleeping, dreaming. Over 25 years of sleep. 6 of those years are spent in dreams. That's 2,190 days. 52,000 hours. In a world that exists only inside your head. And here's the strange part. You forget 95% of those dreams. Within 5 minutes of waking up, 95% gone, as if they never happened. 6 years of experiences, adventures, conversations, emotions, almost entirely erased. Every single morning. Why? Why do we dream? Why do we forget? What is our brain trying to tell us? Scientists still don't fully know. After thousands of years of wondering, after centuries of research, after brain scans and sleep studies, dreams remain one of the greatest mysteries of human existence. Tonight, we're going to explore that mystery together. Let me start with something that might unsettle you. Right now, as you lie here, your conscious mind is in control. You're aware, you're listening, you're processing these words. But beneath your awareness, something else is working. Your subconscious mind. It's always running, like a computer program in the background, processing, remembering, controlling. Your subconscious handles your heartbeat, your breathing, your digestion, every automatic function of your body, without you thinking about it. But it does much more than that. Your subconscious stores every memory you've ever made, every face you've ever seen, every word you've ever heard, every emotion you've ever felt, even the ones you think you've forgotten. They're all still there, buried deep, waiting. And when you fall asleep, when your conscious mind finally rests, your subconscious takes over completely. That's when dreams begin. Your subconscious mind speaks in a language your conscious mind doesn't fully understand. A language of symbols, images, emotions, stories that don't quite make sense. But they mean something. They always mean something. Let me tell you about REM sleep. This is where most dreams happen. REM stands for rapid eye movement. During this stage, your eyes dart back and forth beneath your closed eyelids, as if you're watching something, because you are. You're watching your dreams. REM sleep was only discovered in 1953. Think about that. Humans have been dreaming for hundreds of thousands of years, but we only discovered why our eyes move during sleep 70 years ago. Before that, we had no idea what was happening inside our sleeping brains. We were dreaming in the dark, about the dark. Here's what happens during REM sleep. Your brain becomes almost as active as when you're awake, sometimes more active. Neurons fire rapidly. Your brain consumes enormous amounts of energy, but your body is paralyzed completely. Your brain releases chemicals that prevent you from moving. Why? So you don't act out your dreams. Imagine if you could move while dreaming. If you dreamed of running, you would run. If you dreamed of fighting, you would fight. If you dreamed of falling, you might throw yourself out of bed. So your brain locks your body in place, a prisoner of your own skull, while your mind roams free. Sometimes this system glitches, and that's when terrifying things happen. Sleep paralysis. You wake up, but your body is still frozen. You can't move, you can't speak, you can barely breathe, and sometimes you see things, shadow figures, demons, intruders in your room. Your dreaming brain is still active, projecting nightmares into your waking vision. Sleep paralysis has terrified humans throughout history. Ancient cultures blame demons, the old hag who sits on your chest, the nightmare that rides you in your sleep. That's where the word nightmare comes from. A demonic horse that tramples dreamers. But it's not supernatural, it's your brain, caught between two worlds, dreaming and waking at the same time. Let me tell you about what dreams are made of. Scientists have studied thousands of dreams. They've found patterns, common themes that appear across cultures, across ages, across all of humanity. Falling. Almost everyone has dreamed of falling. That sudden drop, the wind rushing past, the ground approaching, and then you wake up, heart pounding, being chased. Something is after you. You run, but you can't run fast enough. Your legs feel like they're moving through mud. The pursuer gets closer, flying, soaring above the world, free from gravity, free from everything. One of the most exhilarating dreams possible. Teeth falling out, your teeth crumble, fall into your hands. You look in the mirror and see gaps, strangely common, strangely disturbing. Being naked in public, suddenly you realize you're exposed. Everyone is looking. You can't find clothes. Vulnerability made visible. Taking an exam you didn't study for. Years after leaving school, people still dream of failed tests. Sitting down, realizing they know nothing. The anxiety fresh as the day it happened. These dreams transcend culture. People in Japan dream of falling. People in Brazil dream of being chased. People in Iceland dream of flying. The same themes, the same fears, the same hopes. We are more alike in our dreams than we are in our waking lives. Let me tell you something beautiful. Blind people dream too. People who were born blind dream in sounds, smells, textures, emotions. They've never seen anything, but they dream as vividly as anyone. People who lost their sight later in life continue to see in their dreams for years, sometimes forever. Their dreaming brain remembers what their eyes cannot. Dreams are not just visual, they're experiences, complete, immersive, more real than real. Here's something that will make you wonder. Every face you see in your dreams is a face you've seen in real life. Your brain cannot invent faces. It can only remember them. That stranger in your dream, you saw them once, maybe on a bus 10 years ago, maybe in a crowd for half a second. Your subconscious stored their face and brought them back as a character in your private movie. You have a library of faces in your mind, thousands, maybe millions, all the people you've ever glimpsed, ready to play roles in your dreams. This means something profound. When you look at someone, you might become part of their dreams. A stranger you pass on the street might dream of you tonight. So you could be the hero of someone's dream, the villain, the mysterious figure, and you would never know. We are all connected through dreams in ways we cannot see. Let me tell you about lucid dreaming. This is when you know you're dreaming, while you're still in the dream. It's rare. Only about 20% of people experience it regularly. But when it happens, it changes everything. Imagine you're in a dream. Something strange happens, and suddenly you realize, this isn't real. I'm dreaming. At that moment, the dream doesn't end. It transforms. You become the director, the god of your own private universe. You can fly, walk through walls, meet anyone you want, go anywhere, do anything. The laws of physics don't apply. The limits of your body don't apply. Only your imagination limits you. People have used lucid dreams to practice skills. Musicians rehearse performances. Athletes visualize competitions. Artists explore impossible worlds. Your brain cannot fully distinguish between dreamed practice and real practice. The neural pathways strengthen either way. You can literally train yourself in your sleep. Some people use lucid dreams to face fears, confronting nightmares directly, the monster chasing you. Turn around and talk to it. It often transforms into something helpful, something you needed to see. Your subconscious speaks through symbols. Sometimes it needs you to listen. Let me tell you about the history of dreams. Ancient Egyptians believed dreams were messages from the gods. They had professional dream interpreters, priests who studied the language of sleep. Important decisions were made based on dreams. Wars were started, temples were built, pharaohs were crowned, all because of what someone saw while sleeping. The Greeks built temples called Asclepions. People would sleep there, hoping for healing dreams. They believed the god Asclepius would visit them and cure their diseases. Some people did seem to get better. The placebo effect, or something more? The ancient Hebrews saw dreams as prophecy. Joseph interpreted Pharaoh's dream of 7 fat cows and 7 thin cows. 7 years of plenty, followed by 7 years of famine. It saved Egypt from starvation, or so the story goes. Native American cultures valued dreams deeply. Vision quests involved fasting and isolation, waiting for a dream to reveal one's purpose, one's spirit animal, one's path in life. Dreams were not entertainment. They were guidance, sacred communication, the soul speaking when the body was silent. For most of human history, dreams were taken seriously. It's only recently that we dismiss them as random noise, as meaningless firings of neurons. But the ancient peoples might have been right. Let me tell you about dreams that changed the world. In 1845, Elias Howe was trying to invent the sewing machine. He couldn't figure out where to put the hole in the needle. Then he had a dream. He was captured by natives with strange spears. The spears had holes near the tip. He woke up and realized the solution. Put the hole at the point of the needle, not at the top. The sewing machine was born. And from a dream. In 1865, a chemist named Auguste Kekule was struggling to understand the structure of benzene. He dozed off by the fire. He dreamed of a snake eating its own tail, an ancient symbol called the Ouroboros. He woke up knowing the answer. Benzene was a ring, a circular molecule, one of the most important discoveries in chemistry. From a dream. Paul McCartney heard the melody for Yesterday in a dream. He woke up with the entire tune in his head. He thought he must have heard it somewhere before. He played it for people for weeks, asking if they recognized it. No one did. It was original, created in his sleep, one of the most recorded songs in history. Born in a dream. Mary Shelley dreamed of a scientist creating life, a creature assembled from dead parts. She woke up and wrote Frankenstein. Salvador Dali deliberately induced dreams. He would hold a key over a plate. As he fell asleep, his hand would relax. The key would drop. The clang would wake him. In that moment between sleep and waking, he found images for his paintings, the melting clocks of the persistence of memory, dreamscapes that still haunt us. Dreams are not noise, they're signals from a part of your mind that sees differently, thinks differently, creates differently. Your conscious mind is logical. It follows rules. Your subconscious is wild. It makes connections your waking mind would never make. And sometimes those wild connections are genius. Let me tell you about the architecture of dreams. Dreams don't follow time. A dream that seems to last hours might only take minutes. A dream that seems instant might have actually lasted an hour. Time is fluid in dreams, bendable, meaningless. Space is fluid too. You can be in one place and suddenly in another. Your childhood home merges with your office. A beach becomes a mountain. Geography dissolves. People shift. As someone starts as your friend and becomes your mother, or a stranger, or you. In dreams, Identity is flexible. You can be yourself watching yourself. You can be someone else entirely. You can be multiple people at once. The rules that define reality don't exist in dreams, and your dreaming brain doesn't notice. That's perhaps the strangest part. No matter how bizarre the dream, while you're in it, it seems perfectly normal. A purple elephant flies through your kitchen. Makes sense. You have a conversation with someone who died years ago. Of course. You're late for an exam in a school you never attended. Completely logical. Your critical thinking shuts down in dreams. You accept everything, question nothing, until you wake up and think, what was that? Let me tell you about nightmares. Everyone has them. Children have more, but adults never stop completely. A nightmare is a dream that wakes you up through fear, anxiety, horror. Your brain creates a scenario so disturbing, it jolts you back to consciousness. Why? Why would evolution give us nightmares? One theory says nightmares are practice, threat simulation. Your brain rehearses dangerous situations, being chased by predators, falling from heights, being attacked. So if it happens in real life, you've already rehearsed. Our ancestors who had nightmares might have survived better. They were more prepared for danger, so they passed on the nightmare gene to us. Another theory says nightmares process trauma. When something terrible happens, your brain replays it at night, again and again, not to torture you, but to integrate it, to file it away, to make peace with it. The nightmare is the healing, as painful as it is. People with PTSD often have recurring nightmares, the same trauma, night after night, their brains stuck in a loop, unable to process, unable to move on. But with treatment, the nightmares can change. The ending can shift. The monster can be defeated. Your dreams can heal you if you let them. Let's pause here. Take a breath. You've learned so much already about REM sleep and paralysis, about common dreams we all share, about lucid dreaming and nightmare science, about dreams that changed history. And we're just beginning. The night is long and the mind is deep. Let's continue. Let me tell you about the subconscious mind. Sigmund Freud compared the mind to an iceberg. The conscious mind is the tip above the water, visible, known, controlled. But beneath the surface, vast and hidden, is the subconscious, 90% of the iceberg, invisible. But there, always there. Your subconscious holds everything, every memory from childhood, even ones you can't consciously recall. Every skill you've automated, like walking or reading. Every belief you absorbed without questioning. Every fear you don't understand. Every desire you don't admit. It's all in there, running the show. While you think you're in charge, here's an unsettling thought. Studies show that your brain makes decisions before you're conscious of deciding. In experiments, scientists can predict what choice you'll make several seconds before you know yourself. Your subconscious decides. Then your conscious mind takes credit. Free will might be an illusion, a story your conscious mind tells itself, while the subconscious does the real work. Or maybe free will exists in a different way. Maybe the subconscious is also you, just a different part, a deeper part. You are larger than you know. Let me tell you about what the subconscious does while you sleep. It consolidates memories, everything you learned today. Your brain replays at night, strengthening connections, moving information from short-term to long-term storage. Students who sleep after studying remember more. Athletes who sleep after training perform better. Sleep is not passive rest, it's active processing. Your brain working hard while you do nothing. Your subconscious solves problems at night. Have you ever gone to bed with a problem and woken up with the answer? That's not magic. That's your subconscious working through the night, trying combinations, making connections, finding solutions your conscious mind couldn't see. Sleep on it is real advice, backed by science. Your subconscious cleans your brain at night, literally. Your brain has a waste removal system called the glymphatic system. It's most active during sleep, flushing out toxins, clearing away the debris of the day. One of those toxins is beta amyloid, associated with Alzheimer's disease. People who don't sleep enough accumulate more beta amyloid. Sleep literally cleans your brain. Lack of sleep literally poisons it. Let me tell you about the different types of dreams. Prophetic dreams. Throughout history, people have claimed to dream the future. Lincoln reportedly dreamed of his own assassination days before it happened. Most scientists are skeptical. We have thousands of dreams. Some will match future events by chance. We remember the hits. We forget the misses. Confirmation bias. But some cases are harder to explain, and the feeling of prophetic dreams is powerful, whether they're real or not. Recurring dreams, the same dream again and again, sometimes for years. These usually point to unresolved issues, something your subconscious keeps bringing up because you haven't dealt with it. The dream will keep coming until you listen. Healing dreams, dreams that bring comfort, visits from deceased loved ones, messages of peace, feelings of love that linger after waking. Are these real communications, or our brain giving us what we need? Does it matter? If the healing is real, the source may not be important. False awakening dreams. You dream that you wake up. You go through your morning routine. Then you actually wake up and realize it was all a dream. Sometimes this happens multiple times in a row. Dream within dream within dream. Each awakening false, until you're not sure which reality is real. Shared dreams. Two people reporting the same dream. Meeting in the dream world. Rare, poorly documented, probably coincidence, but reported across cultures, across centuries. What if dreams are not entirely private? What if consciousness connects in ways we don't understand? We don't know. We may never know. The dream world keeps its secrets. Let me tell you about dream symbols. Water often represents emotions. Calm water means peace. Stormy water means turmoil. Drowning might mean feeling overwhelmed. Houses often represent the self. Different rooms are different aspects of your personality. The basement might be your subconscious. The attic might be your higher thoughts. Finding new rooms might mean discovering new parts of yourself. Death in dreams rarely means actual death. It usually represents change, endings and beginnings, something dying so something new can be born. Vehicles often represent your life journey. Are you driving or is someone else? Is the car out of control? Are you lost? Animals can represent instincts or specific qualities. A snake might be fear or wisdom or healing. Depends on the dream. Depends on the dreamer. But here's the important thing. Dream symbols are personal. What water means to you depends on your relationship with water. What a snake means to you depends on your experiences with snakes. Dream dictionaries are starting points, not definitive answers. 8. Only you can truly interpret your own dreams, because only you have your subconscious. Let me tell you about sleep stages and dreaming. Sleep is not one thing. It's a cycle, repeated throughout the night. Stage 1, light sleep. You're drifting off, easy to wake. Stage 2, deeper sleep. Your heart rate slows. Your body temperature drops. Stages 3 and 4, deep sleep. The most restorative. Your body repairs itself. Growth hormone is released. This is when your immune system strengthens. Then REM, dreaming sleep. Your brain lights up. Your eyes move. Say your body is paralyzed and you dream. Each cycle takes about 90 minutes. You go through 4 to 6 cycles per night. Early in the night, you get more deep sleep. Later in the night, you get more REM sleep. That's why your most vivid dreams often happen near morning. Your longest REM periods are at the end. If you wake up in the middle of a REM cycle, you'll remember your dream. If you wake up during deep sleep, you probably won't. This is why sleep timing matters. Waking up at the right moment feels natural. Waking up at the wrong moment feels awful. Your sleep cycles are personal rhythms. Respect them. Let me tell you about animals and dreams. Humans are not the only dreamers. All mammals have REM sleep. Dogs dream. You've seen them twitching, whimpering, running in their sleep. They're probably dreaming of chasing something or being chased. Cats dream. Rats dream. Studies show that rats dream of mazes they ran during the day. Their brain replays the experience, learning while sleeping, just like us. Even birds have REM-like sleep. Zebra finches dream of singing. Their brain patterns during sleep match their singing patterns. They practice their songs in dreams. What do animals dream of? We can't ask them, but their brains show they dream of their lives, just as we do. Dreams are ancient, not unique to humans, something fundamental to consciousness itself. Let me tell you about sleep across cultures. How we think about sleep and dreams varies enormously. In many Indigenous Australian cultures, dream time is the foundation of reality, not fantasy, the real world, where ancestors created everything, where the land itself dreams. In Tibetan Buddhism, dream yoga is a spiritual practice, becoming lucid in dreams, recognizing the dreamlike nature of all reality, training for death, which they see as another kind of transition. In some African cultures, dreams are messages from ancestors to be shared with the community, interpreted by elders, acted upon in waking life. Western culture is unusual in dismissing dreams. Most cultures throughout history have valued them as guidance, as prophecy, as connection to something larger. Maybe we've lost something important in our rush to be rational. Let me tell you about the mysteries that remain. Despite all our science, we still don't know why we dream. Not really. We have theories, memory consolidation, emotional processing, threat simulation, random neural firing. But no theory explains everything. Why are dreams so strange? Why do we forget them? Why do they feel so meaningful? The subconscious mind is still largely unmapped. We know more about distant galaxies than about what happens in our own heads every night. Dreams are the last frontier, not out there, in here, inside you, right now. And tonight, you'll explore that frontier, whether you remember it or not. Let me share some practical thoughts about dreaming. If you want to remember your dreams, keep a journal by your bed. Write immediately upon waking. Before you move, before you think about the day, the memories fade fast. Catch them quickly. If you want to have lucid dreams, do reality checks during the day. Look at your hands. Ask yourself if you're dreaming. Eventually, this habit will carry into your dreams, and you'll check and realize you're dreaming, and the dream will become yours to control. If you want to dream about something specific, think about it as you fall asleep. Hold the image in your mind. Ask your subconscious to show you more. It often works. If you want to stop nightmares, face them. In a lucid dream or in imagination, turn to the monster and ask what it wants. It usually wants to be seen, acknowledged, integrated. Your nightmares are not your enemies. They're messengers from the parts of yourself you've ignored. Let me tell you about the relationship between sleep and creativity. Many artists work at the edge of sleep, the that hypnagogic state between waking and dreaming, where images flow freely, where the subconscious speaks clearly. Edison napped holding steel balls. When he dropped them, the sound would wake him, and he'd write down whatever was in his mind. Dali did the same with a key. Writers have woken from dreams with entire stories, scientists with solutions, musicians with melodies. So your subconscious is creative, more creative than your conscious mind, because it's not limited by logic, by rules, by what's possible. To access that creativity, you need sleep, you need dreams, you need to let go. And tonight, you're doing exactly that. Let the mind wander. Let the images come. Don't try to control. Just observe. Just allow. The subconscious will take care of the rest. Let me tell you about the gift of sleep. Every night, you get to leave. Leave your worries, your responsibilities, your identity. For a few hours, you are no one. Nothing is required of you. Well, you simply are. And your mind plays, creates, heals, processes. Sleep is not lost time. It's different time, equally valuable, maybe more. The dreams you'll have tonight are yours alone. No one else will ever see them. A private theater, a personal mythology. What will you dream? Maybe something from today will appear, transformed, exaggerated, mixed with old memories. Maybe something you've needed to understand will finally click in a symbol, a story, a feeling. Maybe you'll fly, soar above everything, free as you've never been free. Maybe you'll visit someone you miss, and for a moment, they'll be with you again, real as anything. Whatever comes, welcome it. It's from you, for you, a message from the deepest part of your mind. Let me share some final thoughts. The subconscious is not your enemy. It's not a dark place full of monsters. It's a resource, a partner, a vast library of everything you've ever experienced. It wants to help you in its strange, symbolic way. The nightmares are trying to help, processing fear, making you stronger. The strange dreams are trying to help, making connections, solving problems. The beautiful dreams are trying to help, giving you joy, rest, hope. Your mind is on your side, even the parts you don't understand, especially those parts. So let go tonight. Trust the process, trust your brain, trust the dreams that come. You've been dreaming all your life. It's kept you alive, kept you sane, kept you creative. Tonight will be no different. Just another journey into the infinite landscape of your own mind. Close your eyes now, not to end, but to begin. The dream world is waiting. It's always waiting. Just behind your eyelids, and just below your thoughts, sink into it like water, warm, supporting. Let consciousness soften. Let the boundaries dissolve between you and not you, between real and imagined, between now and always. The subconscious opens. What will you find inside? Whatever it is, it's been waiting for you all day, all your life. Go to it now. Dream, and may your sleep be deep, your dreams be kind, and your morning be gentle. Good night. The dream begins now, but wait, before you drift away completely, there is more to share, more wonders of the sleeping mind. Let me tell you about the science of forgetting dreams. Your brain has a chemical switch. During REM sleep, the neurotransmitter norepinephrine drops to almost zero. Norepinephrine helps form memories. Without it, your brain cannot properly encode experiences. This is why dreams fade so quickly. Your memory system is essentially turned off while you're dreaming. It's not that dreams aren't important. It's that your brain deliberately doesn't record them. Why would evolution do this? Perhaps to keep dreams and reality separate. If you remembered every dream perfectly, you might confuse dream memories with real memories. Did that conversation really happen? Or did you dream it? Forgetting dreams might protect your sanity. Keep the boundaries clear. This is real. That was dream. People with certain conditions remember too many dreams, and it can be distressing. Too many memories, too many lives lived. Perhaps forgetting is a gift. Let me tell you about dreams and emotions. Dreams are intensely emotional, more emotional than waking life. The amygdala is hyperactive during REM sleep, the brain's emotion center. Fear, anxiety, joy, love, all amplified in dreams. This might be why dreams feel so significant. Even when the content is mundane, the emotions make them feel meaningful. And the emotions are real, even if the events are not. When you wake from a nightmare, the fear is genuine. Your heart races, your palms sweat, your body experiences real fear. When you wake from a beautiful dream, the joy is genuine. The love you felt was real love, even if the person wasn't real. Dreams are emotional experiences, as valid as any waking experience, and they serve a purpose. Scientists believe dreams help process emotions, the things that scared you during the day. Your dreams work through at night, stripping away the context, leaving just the feeling, processing it, integrating it. People who are deprived of REM sleep become emotionally unstable, anxious, irritable, unable to cope. Dreams maintain your emotional health night after night without you even knowing. Let me tell you about the strangest dream research. In the 1960s, scientists deprived cats of REM sleep. The cats became increasingly disturbed, hallucinating while awake. The dreams had to come out somehow. When finally allowed to sleep, the cats had massive REM rebounds, dreaming far more than normal, catching up on lost dreams. The brain insists on dreaming. you cannot avoid it forever. Human studies showed similar results. People deprived of REM sleep become paranoid. They start seeing things. The dream world leaks into waking life. Your brain needs to dream. It's not optional. It's essential. Let me tell you about dreams and learning. Students who study and then sleep perform better than students who study and stay awake. Significantly better. The sleep doesn't just rest them, it consolidates their learning. During REM sleep, the brain replays the day's experiences, strengthening important connections, pruning unimportant ones. When you learn a new skill, you'll dream about it, sometimes literally, sometimes symbolically. Researchers taught people to navigate a maze. Those who napped and dreamed about the maze performed 10 times better afterward. 10 times. Dreams aren't just entertainment, they're training. Your brain practicing what you learned, making you better at it. So if you're learning something new, sleep, dream. Let your subconscious do the work. Let me tell you about dreams across the lifespan. Babies dream more than anyone. Newborns spend 8 hours a day in REM sleep, half their sleep time. What do babies dream about? They have no experiences, no memories, no language. Scientists think babies dream of sensations, sounds, movements, feelings, their brains building themselves through dreams. As we age, REM sleep decreases. Adults get about 2 hours per night. Elderly people get even less. But the need for dreams never disappears. Interestingly, dream content changes with age. Children dream more of animals. Adolescents dream more of social situations. Adults dream more of work and relationships. Elderly people dream more of the past. Your dreams reflect your life, your concerns, your stage. They grow with you, change with you, are always about you. Let me tell you about external influences on dreams. What happens around you while you sleep can enter your dreams. A ringing phone might become a bell in your dream. A cold room might make you dream of snow. Thirst might make you dream of water. Your brain incorporates external stimuli, weaves them into the story without waking you up. Researchers have sprayed water on sleeping subjects. They dreamed of waterfalls, of rain, of swimming. They've played sounds, words that appeared in dreams, transformed but present. Smells can affect dreams too. Pleasant smells create pleasant dreams. Unpleasant smells create unpleasant ones. Even body position matters. Sleeping on your stomach correlates with more erotic dreams. Sleeping on your back correlates with more nightmares. Your sleeping environment shapes your dream world. So make it comfortable, quiet, dark, safe. Give yourself the best chance for good dreams. Let me tell you about nightmares in detail. About 5% of adults have nightmares regularly, at least once a week. For most people, nightmares decrease with age. Children have the most because their brains are processing so much, so many new fears, so many new experiences. Common nightmare themes include being attacked, being chased, falling, being trapped, being lost, being late, being unprepared, losing loved ones, teeth falling out, being unable to move or speak. Notice what these have in common. Loss of control. Nightmares are about helplessness, about things you can't stop. This makes sense if nightmares are threat rehearsal, your brain preparing you for worst-case scenarios. But it also means nightmares often reflect waking anxieties. If you're having frequent nightmares, ask yourself what you're worried about. What feels out of control in your life? Address the waking fear, and the sleeping fear often resolves. There's a treatment called image rehearsal therapy. You write down your nightmare, then rewrite the ending. Something better, something empowering. You rehearse this new version during the day. Visualize it, believe it, and often the nightmare changes or stops entirely. You can reprogram your dreams with conscious effort. Your subconscious listens to your conscious mind more than you might think. Let me tell you about the hypnagogic state. That strange zone between waking and sleeping, when you're falling asleep but not quite there yet. This is when you might see images, faces, patterns, scenes, not quite dreams, but not waking thoughts either. Some people hear things, music, voices, the hypnagogic hallucinations, perfectly normal. This state is creative. Your mind is free, but not yet asleep. Ideas flow without judgment, without the censor of full waking consciousness. Many artists have used this state deliberately, hovering at the edge of sleep, capturing what comes. If you can notice when you're in this state and stay there without falling fully asleep, you might find inspiration, solutions, creativity. There's also the hypnopompic state, the transition from sleep to waking. This is when dreams can linger, when you might see things in your room that aren't there, when the dream world bleeds into reality. Sleep paralysis often happens here, awake but still partly dreaming. Seeing dream figures in your real bedroom, terrifying but temporary, and ultimately harmless. Let me tell you about the default mode network. This is a group of brain regions, active when you're not focused on the outside world. When you're daydreaming, mind wandering, thinking about yourself. The default mode network is also active during REM sleep. This suggests a connection between daydreaming and night dreaming. Both are the brain turned inward, creating narratives, making sense of yourself. People who daydream more often have richer dream lives too. The imagination is a muscle. Use it during the day. It strengthens at night. Let me tell you about precognitive dreams again, dreams that seem to predict the future. Abraham Lincoln dreamed of his own funeral. Days before his assassination, he told his wife about it. Mark Twain dreamed of his brother's death in a specific coffin with a specific flower arrangement. His brother died weeks later in exactly that way. Are these coincidences? Probably. With billions of dreams every night, some will match future events. But the feeling is powerful, and the cases accumulate. Some researchers take precognitive dreams seriously. They study them without prejudice, looking for patterns. Most find nothing definitive, but the question remains open. What if time is not what we think? What if the subconscious perceives differently? We don't know. The mystery remains. Let me tell you about dreams and physical healing. During deep sleep, your body repairs itself. Growth hormone is released. Tissues regenerate. The immune system strengthens. But dreams might heal too, in different ways. Studies show that dreaming about stressful events reduces their emotional impact, processing trauma at night, making it easier to handle during the day. Grief often involves dreams of the deceased. These dreams can be painful, but they seem to help the grieving process, providing closure or continuing bonds. Some cultures deliberately use dreams for healing. Dream incubation, sleeping in sacred spaces, asking for healing dreams. Whether this is placebo or something more, it works for some people. The mind affects the body, and dreams are the mind at its most powerful. Let me tell you about controlling your dreams. Lucid dreaming can be learned. It takes practice, but most people can do it eventually. Reality testing is the most common technique. Throughout the day, ask yourself, am I dreaming? Look at your hands. In dreams, they often look strange. Try to read text. In dreams, text is unstable, changes when you look away. Try to push your finger through your palm. In dreams, it might go through. If you do these reality checks often enough while awake, you'll start doing them in dreams. And one night, the check will fail. See, you'll realize you're dreaming, and the dream will become yours. Another technique is mild, mnemonic induction of lucid dreams. As you fall asleep, repeat to yourself, I will know I'm dreaming. Visualize becoming lucid. Believe it will happen. Another is wild, wake-initiated lucid dreams. You stay conscious while your body falls asleep. Difficult, but powerful. You watch the dream form around you, never losing awareness. Once you're lucid, what do? Some people fly. The most common lucid dream activity, because it's impossible while awake and gloriously possible while dreaming. Some people explore, walking through walls, visiting places they've never been. The dream world is infinite. Some people meet dream characters, ask them questions. Who are you? What do you represent? The answers can be profound, your subconscious speaking directly. Some people heal, confronting nightmares, transforming fears. Some people create art that doesn't exist in waking life, music that couldn't be imagined consciously. Lucid dreaming is a skill, a doorway to the infinite potential of your own mind. Let me tell you about shared dreaming one more time. Can two people share a dream? See, enter the same dreamscape? Interact there? Science says no. Dreams are private, generated entirely within individual brains. But reports persist. Couples who claim to meet in dreams, describing the same setting, the same events. Are they remembering their own dreams and finding coincidental matches? Probably. But the experience is meaningful to them, and meaning matters, whether the cause is mystical or psychological. Some lucid dreamers attempt to share dreams deliberately, agreeing to meet in a certain place, a certain setting. The results are mixed, inconclusive. But the attempt is interesting, testing the boundaries of consciousness, asking what's really possible. Let me tell you about the content of dreams. Researchers have analyzed thousands of dream reports, looking for patterns. Men dream of other men more often. Women dream of men and women equally. Everyone dreams more about people they know than strangers. Negative emotions are more common than positive. Anxiety is the most frequent dream emotion, followed by fear, then joy. This fits the threat simulation theory. Dreams rehearse dangers more than pleasures. Most dreams take place in familiar settings: home, work, see school, even when strange things happen there. Dreams usually feature the dreamer as the main character, experiencing events in first person, though sometimes you watch yourself from outside. Physical activity is common: walking, running, talking. Sitting and thinking is rare. Dreams are experiential, not contemplative. Let me tell you about dreams and memory. Where do dream scenes come from? Most come from the past few days. Day residue, something you experienced recently, reappears transformed. But some elements come from long ago. Childhood memories, things you thought you forgot. Dreams seem to access all of memory, recent and ancient, mixing them freely. This is why dreams feel so strange. Yesterday's events combined with childhood settings, current worries mixed with forgotten faces. Your subconscious doesn't care about chronology. It cares about meaning, about connections, about themes. Let me tell you about the future of dream research. Scientists are learning to read dreams. Using brain scans, they can detect patterns during sleep, match them to patterns seen when viewing images while awake. With this technology, researchers have guessed dream content, not perfectly, but better than chance. Someday we might record dreams, play them back, watch our own dreams like movies. The privacy of sleep would be lost, but the mysteries would be revealed. Is that good or bad? There's also research on controlling dreams from outside. Targeted memory reactivation. Playing sounds associated with certain memories while someone sleeps. Guiding the dream content. It's still crude, but improving. Someday we might program our dreams. Choose what to experience. Like selecting a movie. Would that be better than natural dreams? Or would we lose something? The wisdom of the subconscious, choosing what we need to dream, rather than what we want. Let me rest here for a moment. Take a breath. You've traveled deep into the mind tonight, learned about REM and memory, about nightmares and lucid dreams, about the subconscious and its symbols. But knowledge isn't everything. The experience is what matters, and you're about to have that experience. Whatever you've learned tonight will inform your dreams. Perhaps you'll dream about dreaming, a meta dream, the mind reflecting on itself. Perhaps you'll become lucid. Remember this conversation in your dream and realize you're asleep. Perhaps your dreams will be deeper and more vivid, more meaningful, or perhaps they'll be forgotten like always, slipping away by morning. Either way, they'll do their work, processing, healing, creating, without you needing to remember. Let me share some final wonders. The longest recorded REM period was almost 4 hours. Most last only 20 to 40 minutes. Some people can wake themselves from dreams at will, just deciding to leave. Some people have learned to read in dreams, training their dreaming brain to stabilize text. Some people have experienced entire lifetimes in dreams, married, had children, grew old, then woke up to find only hours had passed. What is time in dreams? What is identity? What is real? These questions have no answers, only experiences. Tonight, you'll have your own experiences, your own questions, your own answers that aren't quite answers. And that's perfect. Dreams aren't meant to be solved, just lived, felt, allowed. So allow them now. Let the darkness behind your eyes become a screen. Let the silence become a soundtrack. Let the relaxation of your body become a transition. You're crossing over from here to there, from waking to dreaming, from the known to the unknown. Your subconscious is waiting. It has something to show you. It always does. Trust it, follow it. Let it lead you wherever it wants to go. You are safe. You are held. You are exactly where you need to be. The night is a gift. Sleep is a gift. Dreams are a gift. Receive them now, with gratitude, with wonder, with peace. Good night. Sleep deep, dream well, and may you wake remembering something beautiful. But before you go completely, let me tell you more. The night is patient, and there are more secrets to share. Let me tell you about sleep disorders and dreams. Some people act out their dreams. REM sleep behavior disorder. The paralysis that should protect them doesn't work. They kick, punch, scream, sometimes hurting themselves or their partners. They're fighting in their dreams and fighting in reality too. This disorder often precedes Parkinson's disease, sometimes by decades. The same brain regions are involved. Dreams can be early warning systems, showing problems before waking symptoms appear. Narcolepsy is another fascinating condition. People who fall asleep suddenly, dropping into REM sleep instantly, and dreaming while still seemingly awake. They experience dream intrusions during the day, hallucinations, sleep paralysis, the dream world bleeding into waking life. For them, the boundary between dream and reality is thin, constantly shifting. Insomnia affects dreams too. People who can't sleep miss their dreams, and when they finally do sleep, the REM rebounds can be intense, vivid, sometimes disturbing. Sleep deprivation changes dream content. More negative themes, more anxiety, the brain struggling to process what it couldn't during normal sleep. Let me tell you about dreams and medications. Many drugs affect dreams. Antidepressants often suppress REM sleep, leading to less dreaming. But when stopped, a REM rebound, intensely vivid dreams, sometimes nightmares. Some blood pressure medications cause vivid dreams or nightmares. A common side effect. Sleeping pills can suppress REM sleep, meaning less dreaming, which might be why they don't leave you feeling truly rested. Nicotine patches can cause extremely vivid dreams if worn overnight. Some people find them disturbing. Others enjoy the intensity. Melatonin can increase dream vividness too, and dream recall. What you put in your body affects what happens in your mind at night. Let me tell you about food and dreams. Eating before bed can affect dreams. Spicy food, heavy meals. These can cause more vivid or strange dreams. It's not the food directly, it's the digestion. Your body working harder, disrupting sleep patterns, affecting dream content. Cheese before bed causing nightmares is a myth though. Studies found no connection, just an old wives' tale. Alcohol suppresses REM sleep initially, then causes a rebound later in the night. Fragmented sleep, vivid dreams toward morning, often unpleasant. Caffeine too close to bed can disrupt sleep architecture. Less deep sleep, less REM, less dreaming. For the best dreams, go to bed with a settled stomach and a clear bloodstream. Let me tell you about the circadian rhythm and dreams. Your body has an internal clock, the circadian rhythm. It tells you when to sleep and when to wake. Disrupting this rhythm disrupts dreams. Jet lag causes strange dreams. Shift work causes fragmented dreaming. Your brain expects to dream at certain times. When those times shift, everything gets confused. The most vivid dreams come in the early morning hours, between 3 and 7 a.m. for most people, when REM periods are longest. If you want to remember dreams, try waking naturally, without an alarm, in those early morning hours. You'll often wake from a dream and remember it. Let me tell you about dreams and gender. Men and women dream differently. Men's dreams are more aggressive, more physical conflict, more outdoor settings. Women's dreams are more emotional and more conversation, more indoor settings, more characters overall. These are averages. Individual variation is huge. During pregnancy, women report more vivid dreams, more anxious dreams, often about the baby, about childbirth, the subconscious processing a major life change. Menstrual cycles affect dreams too. Different phases correlate with different dream themes. Hormones affect the sleeping brain. Let me tell you about dreams and trauma. Trauma lives in dreams. People who experience terrible events often relive them at night, again and again. The nightmare stuck on repeat. This is PTSD, nightmares. Different from regular nightmares, more literal, more repetitive, more disturbing. The brain tries to process the trauma, but gets stuck, unable to integrate, unable to move on. Treatment can help. EMDR, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, uses guided eye movements while recalling trauma. Somehow this helps the brain process, and the nightmares often reduce. Image rehearsal therapy works too, rewriting the nightmare during the day, changing the ending, taking control. The nightmare doesn't have to win. You can fight back. Let me tell you about children's dreams. So children dream differently than adults. Before age 5, dreams are often static, simple images, not narratives. Around age 7, dreams become more story-like. The dreamer becomes an active participant. Teenagers have the most nightmares, more than children, more than adults. Their brains are changing rapidly. Emotions are intense. Identity is unstable. Dreams reflect all this turmoil. Children often dream of animals, friendly ones, scary ones. Animals represent things they can't yet articulate: fear, comfort, power. Helping children with nightmares is important. Take their fears seriously. Don't dismiss. Help them imagine better endings. Give them control. A child who learns to manage nightmares grows into an adult who can manage fear. Let me tell you about creativity and dreams. We touched on this before, but it deserves more attention. Dreams are creative by nature. They combine elements in new ways, break rules that waking thought follows, see connections that logic misses. Many artists deliberately access dreams, keeping notebooks by the bed, incubating dreams on specific topics, mining the subconscious for material. The surrealist movement was built on dreams. Dali, Magritte, Ernst, painting the illogic of the dream world, bringing the subconscious into visible form. Writers have used dreams too. Stephen King got the idea for Misery from a dream. Robert Louis Stevenson dreamed Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. The story came to him in sleep. Musicians hear songs in dreams, Beethoven, Wagner, Billy Joel, melodies that didn't exist before sleep, born in the dreaming mind. If you want to be more creative, pay attention to your dreams, write them down, look for the strange combinations, the unexpected connections. Your subconscious is more creative than you know. Let me tell you about dreams in literature. Dreams have featured in stories throughout history. The Epic of Gilgamesh includes prophetic dreams, one of the oldest written stories. Dreams mattered from the beginning. The Bible is full of dreams. Jacob's ladder, Joseph's interpretations, Nebuchadnezzar's visions, dreams as divine communication. Shakespeare used dreams constantly. A Midsummer Night's Dream. The entire play questions what's real, what's dreamed, where the boundary lies. We are such stuff as dreams are made on. From The Tempest, a statement about reality itself. Lewis Carroll's Alice Falls Asleep. Wonderland is a dream, logic suspended, anything possible. The Wizard of Oz might be a dream. Dorothy wakes up. Was it real? Does it matter? Inception explored dreams within dreams. Levels of reality. The top that keeps spinning. Are we still dreaming? Stories about dreams ask fundamental questions. What is reality? What is self? What do we know for certain? Let me tell you about philosophical questions raised by dreams. Zhuangzi dreamed he was a butterfly. When he woke, he wondered, am I a man who dreamed of being a butterfly? Or a butterfly dreaming of being a man? This question has haunted philosophy for millennia. How do you know you're not dreaming right now? Descartes wrestled with this. In his meditations, he couldn't prove he wasn't dreaming. The only thing he could be certain of was that he was thinking, I think, therefore I am. But even thinking happens in dreams. So what does that prove? The simulation hypothesis echoes this. Maybe all reality is like a dream, generated, not fundamental. We have no way to test this, no way to step outside experience and check if experience is real. Perhaps it doesn't matter. Real or dream. Experience is experience. Meaning is meaning. Love is love. Let me tell you about the neuroscience of dreams. We've learned so much, but so much remains unknown. During REM sleep, the prefrontal cortex is less active. This is the part of the brain responsible for logic, planning, critical thinking. That's why dreams are illogical. The logic center is turned down. The visual cortex is highly active, creating the vivid imagery, the movie of the dream. The limbic system is active, the emotional center. That's why dreams are so emotional. The hippocampus is active, involved in memory, processing the day's experiences, consolidating learning. But how does it all come together? How does the brain generate these experiences, these narratives, these worlds? We don't fully know. Dreams remain one of the great mysteries of neuroscience. Let me tell you about dream research methods. Scientists wake people during REM sleep, ask what they were dreaming, collect thousands of dream reports. They use a EEG to measure brain waves, identifying sleep stages, watching the electrical patterns. They use fMRI to see which brain areas are active during different sleep stages, building maps of the dreaming brain. They compare dream reports across cultures, across ages, across conditions, looking for universals and variations. Some researchers try to induce specific dreams through suggestion, through sounds, through smells, with mixed success. The dream world resists control, even scientific control. It has its own agenda. Let me tell you about the evolution of dreaming. Why did dreams evolve? What survival advantage did they provide? Several theories exist. Threat simulation, practicing dangerous scenarios, so we're better prepared in real life. Social simulation, practicing social interactions, navigating complex relationships. A memory consolidation, processing experiences, strengthening important memories, discarding unimportant ones. Emotional regulation, processing feelings safely, in a place where they can't hurt us. Brain maintenance, testing neural connections, keeping the brain flexible. Probably all of these are partly true. Dreams serve multiple functions. Evolution doesn't just do one thing. The important point is, dreams are not accidents. They're adaptations. They helped our ancestors survive, and they help us still. Let me tell you about the future of sleep. Technology is changing how we sleep. Our sleep trackers monitor our cycles, telling us when we dreamed, how much deep sleep we got. Smart alarms wake us at optimal times, at the end of sleep cycles. When waking feels natural, someday we might optimize our dreams, induce the ones we want, suppress the ones we don't. But would that be wise? Dreams serve purposes we don't fully understand. Controlling them might have unintended consequences. Perhaps the subconscious knows best. What we need to dream, even when we don't understand. Perhaps some mysteries should remain. Let me offer some final reflections. You spend a third of your life asleep, a huge portion of your existence. That time is not wasted. It's not empty. You are alive when you sleep. Your brain is working. Your subconscious is speaking. Dreams are experiences, as real in the moment as any waking experience. The love you feel in a dream is real love. The fear is real fear. The wonder is real wonder. You have a rich inner life, one you barely remember, playing out every night. Respect that, honor that, Your subconscious is part of you, the deeper part, the older part, the wiser part perhaps. It speaks in symbols, in feelings, and in stories that don't quite make sense. But it speaks every night. Listen if you can, or simply let it do its work in the dark, in the silence, in the peace of sleep. Tonight you will dream, whether you remember or not. Your brain will light up with activity. Your eyes will move beneath your lids. Your body will lie still while your mind travels far. Where will you go tonight? What will you see? Who will you meet? Even you don't know yet. That's the magic of dreams. They surprise us from within ourselves. Sleep now. Let the subconscious take the wheel. Trust it. It's been doing this your whole life. It knows what to do. You don't have to control anything. You don't have to understand anything. Just let go. Float down into the warm, dark water of sleep. The dreams will come. They always do. And they will do their work. They always do. Good night. Dream deep. Dream strange. Dream true. And may you wake rested, renewed, ready for another day. Until night comes again and the dreams return as they always will, forever. But wait. A few more wonders before the final drift. Let me tell you about dream telepathy experiments. In the 1960s and 70s, the Maimonides Medical Center conducted experiments. One person would try to send an image to a sleeping dreamer. The dreamer would report their dreams. Judges would try to match the dreams to the images. The results were intriguing, better than chance, but not definitive. Critics found flaws in the methodology. The experiments were never properly replicated. But the question remains open. Can minds connect in dreams? Can information travel beyond known channels? Science says probably not. But science once said many things weren't possible. That later turned out to be real. The dream world is strange. We should be humble about what we don't know. Let me tell you about dreams in different cultures again. The Senoi people of Malaysia traditionally value dreams highly. Every morning, families would share their dreams. Children were taught to confront dream threats, to turn and face the monster, to demand a gift from it. Whether this eliminated nightmares, as reported, is debated by modern researchers. But the practice is fascinating. A whole culture built around dream mastery. In ancient Greece, the god Morpheus was responsible for dreams. His name gives us morphine and Morpheus from the Matrix. He shaped human dreams, appearing in different forms. In Norse mythology, dreams came from the realm between worlds, messages from gods and ancestors to be heeded. In ancient China, dreams were seen as the wandering of the soul, the Hun leaving the body at night, traveling to other realms, returning by morning. Every culture has interpreted dreams. No culture has ignored them. They're too powerful to dismiss. Let me tell you about recurring dreams in detail. About 60 to 75% of adults have recurring dreams. The same dream again and again, and sometimes for years. Common recurring dreams include being back in school, taking an exam, not being prepared, being unable to find a bathroom, being late for something important, teeth falling out, being naked in public, flying, the house with extra rooms. You discover rooms in your house you never knew existed. This often represents undiscovered aspects of yourself. Recurring dreams usually point to unresolved issues, something your subconscious keeps bringing up because you haven't dealt with it. When you finally address the issue, the dream often stops. The message received, the work complete. If you have a recurring dream, ask yourself what it might mean, what issue it might represent. The dream is trying to tell you something. Your subconscious is persistent. It will keep trying. Let me tell you about sleep deprivation and dreams. When you don't sleep enough, you dream less. When you finally do sleep, you dream more intensely. REM rebound. Your brain insists on dreaming. It will catch up one way or another. Extreme sleep deprivation causes waking hallucinations. After several days without sleep, people start seeing things, hearing things. The dream world forces its way into waking life. Your brain cannot go without dreams. It will dream whether you let it or not. Let me tell you about dreams and problem solving. We mentioned this before, but it deserves more emphasis. Dmitri Mendeleev dreamed the periodic table. He had been trying to organize the elements. In his dream, they fell into place. He woke up and wrote it down. Otto Lowy dreamed an experiment that proved nerve impulses were chemical, not electrical. He won the Nobel Prize for an idea that came in a dream. Larry Page dreamed the idea for Google at age 23, downloading the entire web onto computers. He woke up and started writing. See, these aren't coincidences. These are examples of the subconscious solving problems that the conscious mind couldn't crack. If you're stuck on a problem, sleep on it, literally. Think about it before bed. Ask your subconscious for help. The answer might come in a dream. Let me tell you about false memories from dreams. Sometimes dreams feel so real, we're not sure if they happened. Did that conversation occur? Did I actually do that? Or did I dream it? Memory research shows that dream memories can be confused with real memories, especially if the dream was vivid, emotional, realistic. This has implications for eyewitness testimony, for personal relationships, for our sense of our own past. Memory is not a recording, it's a reconstruction, and dreams get mixed in. Another reason forgetting dreams might be protective. Keep the categories clear. Dream versus real. Imagination versus experience. Let me tell you about dreams and the dying. People near death often have vivid dreams, visions of deceased loved ones, preparing for a journey, experiencing peace. These are called end-of-life dreams, common across cultures, often comforting, both to the dying person and their family. Are these glimpses of an afterlife, or the brain's way of easing the transition? We don't know, but they matter. They help people die in peace. Dreams accompany us from birth to death, from first sleep to last, constant companions through the whole journey. Let me tell you about the value of dream journals. If you want to understand your dreams, write them down every morning before you do anything else. Keep a notebook by your bed or use a voice recorder. Capture whatever you remember, even fragments. Over time, patterns emerge, symbols that repeat, themes that return. You build a personal dream dictionary. What water means to you, what flying means to you, what certain people represent. Dream journals increase dream recall. The more attention you pay, the more your brain remembers. Some people read their old dream journals years later and find insights they missed at the time. Messages that make sense now, that didn't then. Your dreams are a record of your inner life, worth keeping, worth revisiting. Let me share a meditation on dreaming. As you lie here, consciousness softening, consider this. In a few minutes, you won't exist, not as you know yourself. So the you that's listening to these words will dissolve, replaced by the dreaming mind, a different kind of consciousness. You will become characters in stories, have experiences you can't predict, feel emotions you didn't choose, and you'll believe it's all real, completely, until you wake. This happens every night. You die a little and are reborn a little. The you who wakes up tomorrow will have had experiences tonight that you can't imagine now. That's miraculous. Every night, a whole world created and destroyed. In your own mind, the most creative act possible, done unconsciously, and done automatically, done by you. You are a world maker, a storyteller, a god of your own private universe. Even if you don't remember, even if you never see your creation, it happens every single night. What a strange and wonderful thing to be a human being. Now let that wonder settle. Let it become gratitude for sleep, for dreams, for consciousness in all its forms. And let gratitude become peace, and peace become sleep, and sleep become dreams. The cycle continues, as it has every night of your life. As it will continue, you are safe, so you are held. You are exactly where you should be. The subconscious welcomes you. Come in, let go, dream. Good night.